I get asked if I can explain white privilege. And I usually get asked if I can explain it by white conservatives, right? Explain, tell me what white privilege is. And I go through many examples, right? I talk about my own career, for example. I'm a high school dropout who never had a lick of college education and learned everything he knew about the landscape industry on the job, doing the job. And I was able to progress up the ladder and get moved into management positions, superintendent and project managers positions, and was literally told that the reason I was getting the job as opposed to the gentleman that had been with the company longer than I had been with the company and had known more about landscaping than I knew about was because he was a Mexican immigrant. And the customers didn't want to interact with somebody like him. They want to interact with somebody that looks and speaks like me. That's white privilege. That's one example of white privilege. Banks not being afraid to loan money to you. That's white privilege. There was an experiment done, I think it was on YouTube, might have been on TikTok, maybe even Facebook, I don't know, where a black couple put their house up on the market, or put a house up on the market, their house on the market, I should say, and it had all of their pictures and decor. And they got low bid offers, and many people wouldn't bid on it at all, so forth and so on. Then they changed the decor and the pictures to make it look like a white family lived there, and all of a sudden they were getting bids above asking, right? That's white privilege. But I'm going to show you another example of white privilege in video format. I want you to imagine when you're watching the following body cam footage. I want you to imagine that the people that this officer is interacting with is black. The people are black, I should say. Everybody that's in eye shot is black, and it's in the inner city, as opposed to a bunch of white folks in a very comfortable neighborhood in the suburbs. How do you think the altercation would have turned out?
Don't. No. You put your hands up. Turn around. You're under arrest.
Don't arrest her.
No, you did this, nigga. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Get on the ground, you're getting tased. Get on the ground, you're getting tased. Right now. Now. 71 City Morning.
She would have already been shot if she was black. So would the mom.
Get on the ground, you're getting tased.
Come to get their daughter and put her in the house, even though she is technically under arrest.
You're under arrest.
You should have tased her. Get the fuck off my property. Should have tased him. And then he just closes the door. How do you think that altercation would have went if that was a black neighborhood in the inner city and a black family? Hell, how do you think that altercation would have went in most towns in America if that was a black family? That is white privilege. The fact that they could even do and say that to a cop and still be living, let alone not even in cuffs, that's white privilege.